All right, we're glad to have you back. Last week, the new PDP bloc of the All Progressives Congress announced its exit from the party to form the Reformed All Progressives Congress, also known as R-APC. Now, the arrowhead of the NPDP, Kawu Baraje, and former National Secretary of the defunct Congress for Progressive Change, Abuba Galadima, led other members to the new movement.
Let's play you this report now.
This is the beginning of the real reformed APC. Today, this is the struggle with your support to secure this country, strengthening the system and not strengthening the individuals.
Now, there are speculations that APC members in the Senate and House of Representatives may defect en masse to the People's Democratic Party on or before July the 31st. Now, this is even after the new national chairman of the APC, Adams Oshomole, met with the APC caucus on the National Assembly to mend fences. But it seems Oshomole's peace moves was dead on arrival, as some of the lawmakers were quoted saying that the presidency and some APC members or governors have connived with party officials to snatch their return tickets, leaving them with no other option than to decamp.
Now, the APC has resolved to take legal action against the national chairman of the reformed APC, Alhaji Buba Galadima, and other members of the group. But the question on the lips of many is, will the APC survive this storm of defections, or will it go down the way the PDP did in 2015? All right, Dr. John is still very much here with us. Good morning again. Thanks for staying with us.
What is nice to see you again.
Just grin from ear to ear, you know, as we reeled out some of those facts. Is this deja vu, really? Is this... yeah, we've seen it before.
Yes.
It's happening again. The more things change, the more they remain the same.
Yeah. You know, in your very eye, when your political prophecy comes to pass, you want to... I was here on set when I said it to the party, the APC, that it's not yet time to go dance in the public place. That I foresaw then that there was still going to be a little bit of challenges here and there. And this is exactly what has happened. Because over time, APC has failed to realize that every power block, either we like it or not, matters. And it started with the issue of the leadership of the National Assembly. At that point in time, there was nothing wrong for anybody to have become the leader of the Senate. There was nothing wrong for anybody to have become the leader of the House of Reps. Even if, as a party, you know that this person is not supposed to be there, there's a way you will play it within the party that it will not generate too much of enmity within the executive and the legislature. That is where all the problems started from. And I will tell you on air now that, you know, there were reports here and there that the president actually turned away from who becomes the leader of the National Assembly at that point. But that is not what happened. What happened is, at that point in time, is that there were elements in the presidency that advised the president against supporting any candidate that will come from Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That is exactly what happened. And at that point, Tinubu was rooting for somebody. And because of the advice, the president or the presidency lied to the people that they were not interested in who become. Meanwhile, they were actually interested in actually bringing up somebody who will prevent the chosen candidate of Asiwaju from becoming the leader of the Senate. And that's exactly what played out.
And here we are now.
And here we are now. And that is the genesis of this entire problem.
It's all right. So you remember on the day of inauguration of the presidency, the statement he made, I belong to everybody and I belong to nobody. We see that playing in some of his body language when it comes to even this issue now that you mentioned. The NPDP wanted to meet with the president. He said, no, the point there is a party affair and all of that. Do you think that to a great extent, some of these issue of I stay aloof, I seem not to be interested, I don't intervene on time, I have to monitor before I make a statement, do you think they are all miscalculations when we see what is going on right now?
Ideally, and I say this with all sense of responsibility, ideally, in a country where we take governance as business, the president is right ideally. Because the idea of the president is face the business side of governance.
Yeah.
Let the other people be doing the politicking so that nothing will lack. But here in Nigeria, over time we have a system where the president is usually the leader of a political party.
Exactly.
And that was why the PDP was able to survive for 16 years. So now at this point in time, our system has not accepted or has not grown to that point of maturity where the president will stand aloof. So politically, taking the reality of what we have on ground is a miscalculation on the part. I have never seen anybody who will sit with the president and the president will give assurance that this is what, at least to a certain extent, you will believe the president. If this had happened before this crisis, then to a certain extent, maybe we will not get to this point. But again, to me, this crisis is wonderful.
Why?
Why do you think so?
Because APC is already getting to the point of PDP. What is the point of PDP? PDP came out so rudely the other time and said they will rule Nigeria for 50 years.
60 years.
60 years. And they had put plans in place. And they were seemingly achieving that. And that's exactly what happened to APC. 1 year ago, if you talk it on the street, I have them as my friends. If I tell them that your party will have this challenge, they will say no. You know, everybody in Nigeria voted for us. We are that popular. Now, it is getting glaring that it is not as popular as we thought.
So the APC cannot afford to take anything for granted. Now it plans to go to court with this R-APC. Is that the way to go? What happens to the freedom of association? Because according to their legal advisor, Babatunde Ogala, there is impersonation involved. There is an attempt to mess with the brand that is the APC.
And copyright, and it has to do with copyright laws.
Exactly.
It has to do with copyright. Now, the mistake...
Is that the way to go?
The mistake has been in the media. I think the media actually caused the mistake. The R-APC is not a political party.
What is it?
It's just a group.
No,
nobody ever referred to it.
It's just a group.
Now,
you have the right, and that's exactly because when you hear it on the media, people keep saying, oh, a new party is coming. It's not a new party.
Not a new party, a splinter group within the APC.
Within the
APC. But when the new chairman of the new group says that we are the original, mainstream, the real, because this I'm quoting him, when he says I am the real we are the real APC.
The reformed APC.
Exactly.
Now,
that is the ground on which Babatunde Ogala is saying that there are issues of impersonation there and all of that.
I'm not seeing any issue of impersonation.
Okay.
Because these people we are talking about are still members of, in fact, what they are doing is to create a legal ground for all the National Assembly members to defect without losing their seat. Because once there's a crisis within APC, once we have splitter group,
the law gives you the
opportunity. And that's exactly what they have been able to do as we speak. In a matter of weeks now, we continue to see movement. So either the court decide now or later, these people are still going to move out of APC. Because what is paramount to them, don't let us make the mistake to think that what is paramount to many of them is the welfare of the Nigerian people. What is paramount to many of them is the return ticket, which they will not get. For example, let's take Kaduna, for example. The governor is in charge of the entire structure of the APC in Kaduna State. And he's actually seemingly fighting with all the 3 senators. There's all possibility
not
that...
seemingly, he is.
He is. Now, there's all possibilities that they will not get the party ticket in Kaduna. Do you want them to continue to watch? They're not going to watch because they want to return to the National Assembly.
Okay, so this really is not even about governance. It's not about the APC not delivering on governance for Nigerians.
For many people,
it is more of their political fortunes going forward. So now there seems to be some crack within the R-APC itself, because we hear that there's a group that wants to go back to, back home.
Yes.
In the words of Dino Melaye. And there is the group that is looking at the possibility of actually merging with a totally different,
entity altogether.
Now, I said it the other time that PDP is a good brand that is not marketable. It's a good brand because it has structure already. Because anywhere you get to today, you will see a flag of PDP. They have structure. But the party is not marketable due to the fact that they squander the opportunity they have over time. 16 years. It's not a joke. So if some other groups are now coming, in fact, I heard from somebody who was saying that one of the grants on which these people will join PDP is for a change of name to happen.
Yes.
Let's have the structure, but let's change the name.
Yeah.
Because obviously the name is not marketable.
Well,
so there are people
will there
who
be
want
enough
to go
time
to
for that name,
other
that
parties.
new name, if they come up with a new name, for that name to actually sit
Well,
with Nigerians?
No, you can actually collapse your structure into another party.
Collapse into another.
You can collapse into another party.
They started the third force. Before you know,
Yeah.
if third force becomes a household name, the ADC becomes a household name, the SDP becomes a household name, and all of that. The moment it becomes the structure, certainly the people
Yes.
will. But going forward, there are some people who feel who are sitting and watching, and saying that because of the clout they have, if they don't necessarily need to move into another political party. They remain within the structure and help bring it down from within. Do you see that happening likely?
Well, then again, how much clout do they really have? Respond to that question first.
Now,
To Mike's question.
there are a lot of them. In fact, within the PDP, within the reformed APC that we talk about, there will be people that are still doing the bidding of the president. It happens in every political system. So we will still have people within the APC too who are going to remain, who are deeply bitter by the activities of the party. Maybe they are excluded in the entire sharing formula of the largest in government. So they will want to bring down the party. But the issue now is not whether somebody is bringing down the party. APC as a corporate body, through the government they run, is already bringing the house down on their own head.
Well, according to Kazima Febwa, the spokesman of the R-APC, they want to take the predators out of the way, take APC back, and you wonder who are the predators.
Who are the
Dr.
predators?
John, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll take a short break, and when we come back, it will be time to discuss further on different issues. Stay with us.